So I feel like while I'm out here, I want to show you my solar setup. I've been off grid completely on this property for probably 3 months now, and I've been able to accomplish so much out here with so little power. I've been shocked. I feel like it doesn't take as much as you might think, and you don't need as much as you think to be really comfortable. So that's just from my experience. I'll show you the basics of what I have generally throughout the property. At the different glamping sites, I have these string lights that have a solar panel and batteries built in and a remote. So generally there's one or two in each key location that needs light during the night. And these string lights provide super cozy lighting. And you can adjust the brightness up and down. You can set different modes, and you have the remote to be able to turn them on and off if you need to throughout the night. And they also come on automatically at dusk, which is another awesome feature. There's something about as the sun's setting, these really nice cozy lights turn on automatically and light the camp and space so nice. So I've really come to like those string lights and found them super effective because they're an enclosed system. You don't have to deal with a bunch of inverters and wires and everything, and they've been crazy reliable. So you can see I have an outdoor kitchen, bath, and shower over there that 2 glamping sites by the creek at the bottom of the valley use. And those little solar panels run those 2 string lights, which is enough light to be able to cook, to shower, and use the bathroom and everything. And they come on automatically at night. You can adjust the brightness and all that. It's super, super nice. So I have those scattered throughout. There's also a little panel here, which is a simple setup that has 3 different lights that are really long cables where you can hang in different places, and the cables have a switch so you can switch on lights to use. So I've kind of set up a little system in the Airstream with that I've liked, and you can also plug in to charge things, and that was really, really simple. The other thing that I found really handy is I found these solar panels that each have their own charge controller and own different attachments and things. So Dad rigged this up here with 3 panels, and I ran the wires down just as a temporary thing. I was just kind of laying the panels everywhere and just charging chaotically, but I just got this set up as a more efficient system. So because I'm having guests request being able to charge their phone and stuff on these 2 sites down here by the creek in the valley, I have one of these already set up that charges automatically, and guests can plug in and charge their phone at what I call base camp, which is way up the hill where the spring comes out of the mountain. And I just found guests just love that, and it's super efficient. So maybe I'll have these left over and charged and ready for guests permanently at the sites down here by the creek as well. But for right now, I only offer them upon request. If people ask about charging their phones or power or anything like that, I can then go deliver this with their specific needs. I've found this to be really, really efficient. Each little panel charges its own battery, and it's easy to work with. It also allows me to charge. I have 4 lawnmower batteries, and the electric lawnmower is super great for maintenance. It lets me do quick cuts around camp and clean things up. I also have an electric weed eater that runs off of those. I'm able to charge my power tools, which is nice. And then any other things that I feel like I personally need. Sometimes I charge my different battery banks and things. But this is some options for connecting to the batteries once they're charged. I found this to be the most efficient. You can just hook it right to the battery, and it gives you the ability to use USB plugs. So you can USB plug in your devices and charge straight from the battery and not have a big bulky inverter like this. But the inverter allows for a lot more wattage and to a direct regular household plug, and then it also has USB and then a switch where you can switch it on and off. So with this one, it's like always on. It has a little red light to let you know it's on, but it doesn't draw a lot of power. But so if they're just looking for simple charge, I'll just give them a battery in this and one of the smaller batteries. If they're looking for something bigger, which I've had requests for fans, if I have to go this route with the big fan, I'll use a bigger battery in the inverter to run that. I just had a guest that used that setup for 2 days, and there was still juice to run that big fan. So it was good to see. It was nice to see that. Other requests I've had is for Bluetooth speakers, so I can keep those charged up and offer those. And then that's another like smaller USB fan. And all the guests so far that have used that, I got that because one guest requested it, and I left it at camp charged up at base camp, and then found other guests have requested and used it and said that little fan was exactly what they needed. It's very simple. I also have walkie-talkies. There's something about a walkie-talkie when you're out here that just makes it feel official, and it makes it so much easier to communicate. Cell phone service can be hit or miss. It's generally okay, but these walkie-talkies I found, they're easy to charge. They're just Type-C USB charging, so I can charge them up. I have a couple more scattered around. And any guests that feel maybe not as comfortable staying out here, some guests come alone or they want to go hike the property, the 30 mountain acres, I make sure they have a walkie-talkie if they're going to wander in the mountains and they're not super savvy hikers. So that's that. But yeah, I found the solar setup has been phenomenal. I finally did crack and buy a tiny little generator, and I'll go over the generator side of stuff maybe some other time. I find my dad cranks that up and sets up everything and charges like everything all at once if we feel like we need that. But I've been able to get by before he's been around camp without having to do that. But it's nice when he's here to be able to kind of knock everything out at once and know everything's good to go. Be able to burn through the lawnmower batteries and charge them right back up super fast. So that's just some of the things I got going on with the power side. I did some previous videos, a little bit of the water situation of where I'm storing the creek water up the hill for water pressure, where I have the spring that comes out the mountain here and how I store that in different locations, and the pump I use to pump the water 100 feet uphill, different stuff like that. If you want to check that, I have one video where I walk from the creek up and show all the stuff I have going on at that point, and things are constantly evolving. It's been super fun. But yeah, maybe check that out. And then I have a ton of shorts of other things that are going on, but I wanted to share this as not a short because there's just too much detail. I kept trying to do shorts and it was getting all chopped up, and I wanted people to be able to see a little bit of what's going on with the solar side of things, because I have guests that ask all the time, and I'm completely off grid, but it doesn't feel like it. I have the lighting I need, and that's mainly it. It comes down to like lighting and being able to have the tools, and then gas for a couple things for pumping serious amounts of water uphill and for running the four-wheeler. But yeah, that's it. And then you got the water situation where it's just stored uphill, and the pressure coming downhill is ample for everything. So oh yeah, we did some shorts on putting this roof over the Airstream, which was super cool, so maybe check those shorts out. But all right, yeah, let me know if you have any questions, and if you got any cool ideas or things you've been up to with the solar or being off grid, or just to keep things simple and efficient. I'd love to hear it. All right, I'll catch you all later. Bye.